welcome to a special guest edition of the Holy Shhh Podcast. It's your boy ABE from DET.
This is Miinx Mayhem, Miinx Mayhem.
My name is Chuck Jordan.
And this guest today needs no introduction, but I'm going to give you one. Let me tell you a backstory. When we started this show about a year and a half ago, we had a bucket list of 5 content creators we wanted on this show. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, one of those names got knocked off today. This man is a hell of a creator. He does his thing, talking pro wrestling. You can catch him gaming. He's a new father. He's a husband, a hell of a guy. One of the best in the IWC, doing what he does best, talking professional wrestling. The one, the only, JLD is in the building. What's up, brother?
What's up, guys? I'm happy to be here. Let's talk some wrestling. Let's have a good time. I know it's Sunday, but let's get right into it.
Let's do it. Let's talk some professional wrestling.
Hey, that's what the man said.
That's what he said. Let's do it. First off, we love to ask everybody this question just to get started. When was that moment? When did it hook you in? When did you fall in love as a kid, no matter how far ago it was, with professional wrestling? What was it, man?
Well, my dad has loved wrestling all his life. I actually was watching it because he would watch it all the time. He watched it back when it was like WWF, back in the 90s. He went to a few shows himself before I was even born. And then I guess as I became a teenager and like the ruthless aggression era started, that's when I started watching it a little bit more with him. And that's when I got introduced to like people like John Cena, Randy Orton, and Undertaker. Well, I knew Undertaker a little bit more, but like, you know, those ruthless aggression guys. And ever since then, I've loved it. I've been watching it since I've been like 12 years old. I'm 32 now. So 20 years of wrestling is a lot, obviously with a little bit of like gaps in between, but
yeah,
I've loved wrestling basically my whole life at this point.
Same here. I took one little gap in between the beginning of Ruthless Aggression, but I've been watching it my whole life. But it's always a transition with us. Where was the transition? What made you get into content creating?
So with content creation, I've been making content since 2021, but it was maybe like a year into that where I realized I wanted to go from like variety kind of gaming, Twitch more oriented video game content to one viral wrestling video, basically saying, okay, this is something I might want to start doing a little bit more often. And after a few like little funny wrestling skits, I was like, maybe I should start doing this more often. And I just finally made that decision in like early 2022 to just say, let's just go full on with the wrestling stuff. And it's been ever since then, almost 3 years now of doing this. And
Bruh,
I'm proud of the jump I did.
Your skits, man, be having me rolling, man. I'm like, where do he think of this stuff, man?
And like it started with the got the job at WWE, those silly ones, putting in those silly matches and all that, to just thinking of stuff on the fly. And I'm not even gonna lie, for people that might want to get into content creation, it gets your ideas and juices flowing when you start seeing the views happen and you start seeing, oh, people actually like your stuff. You start like it makes you want to think more. Like
gives you purpose somewhat too, man. You see a lot of people, they depend on you. You know, when you really get good at it and you get to a certain level, it's like you got to provide that, man, every week, nonstop. It's fun, but it's still a job, man, every day, man. You know how it is.
It is a side gig for a lot of people, and for a lot of people, it's also a full-time job. So
yeah,
I have no choice but to keep going. The grind never stops, and people might think, oh, like all of us, we've done so well in like our content creation that like it just comes easy. It does not come out easy at all.
Definitely does not.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Seeing the J Plus should be on the side of you there.
Yes.
What is your thoughts on his his short 2 reigns?
I feel like WWE is doing it just to satisfy the audience, but they've kept him in a corner with the yeet catchphrase and the 4 letters, 1 word. I was actually talking about this with somebody earlier today. I feel like they don't let Jey Uso be as serious because they're depending so much on yeet, merchandise sales, and everything, that he's kind of just in this box of that's all he's known for. Like it's literally on his shirt there. And I would love to see more of Jey Uso from like a more serious promo like standpoint, and like I don't know how people feel about his move set. People call like the 5 moves of Doom, like similar to Cena with like the spear, the splash.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
But like I feel like they need to let Jey Uso do a little bit more than what they're doing with him now, and then we can see a much better title reign. I don't know. I feel like with Gunther as champion, it's just transitional to Goldberg, but they need to let him loose a little bit.
And the continuation of that real fast is, and what are your thoughts on how Jimmy could improve?
It's hard because they don't really put Jimmy with that much. I would like to see more happen with him and Jacob because of what happened on SmackDown, and like especially with Jacob losing the title. I don't know if there's like spoilers yet for what's going on with our discussion, but with Jacob losing the title, maybe Jimmy might help out. That could be a little bit of a stepping stone towards maybe going after a title shot after maybe like a rematch with Jacob or something. I would like to see Jimmy with a title, but I just don't see it yet with what Triple H is planning with his storyline.
Man, before we get to the next question, we got a latecomer to the entry. Shout out Ryan T, the icon. He done made it, y'all.
What up,
Ryan
though?
T is in the building late.
Is that a Miinx Mayhem sighting?
That is a Miinx Mayhem who brings the
Hooray.
mayhem. She's in the building.
She done
there.
brought the mayhem.
We done brought the mayhem. But we were just talking about a little bit of wrestling. We always ask people this question: your favorite 4 Mount Rushmore professional wrestlers. This isn't the greatest. This is JLD's just favorite. Your favorite.
Roman Reigns, John Cena,
Nice.
Triple H, and probably The Undertaker.
Solid.
Way, but like Triple H and Undertaker were just the Attitude Era, and going even into the Ruthless Aggression era, they just put on banger after banger, hell of a performance from all of them. John Cena is the person I mainly grew up watching, and Roman Reigns is actually the reason I started making content. Kind of going back to that question you had before, he's the reason I got into it. So those are my
tribal
4.
tree. Chuck loves him. I'm a Cody guy. He's a Roman guy. We fight every day about it, but
I am a Samoan dynasty family.
man, you're a black man. What are you talking about, man? You're
So
not
was
Samoan.
it the work that Roman Reigns was doing during the pandemic that really got you wanting to do content creation?
Well, surprise! I actually wasn't watching wrestling during the pandemic. After 2019, I kind of stopped. I had finished watching WrestleMania in person for the first time ever. I was watching wrestling nonstop around that time. So 2020 was kind of my break. What got me into Roman Reigns was the whole bloodline thing. Like right before Sami Zayn officially joined, like seeing him with both belts, seeing him with the Usos, knowing that they're all family, and then seeing the storyline with Sami trying to get in, but also conflicting with Kevin Owens and stuff like that, and just seeing him being unstoppable. It just makes you feel like there's that aura with him. I know aura is too much of a buzzword right now in the wrestling community, but like it made me want to be powerful myself, I guess. But like going from the music to seeing him and hearing the acknowledge me every Friday, this got me into it. And then that made me want to like flip my persona when it came to my Twitch streams. I was just laying down my Twitch streams. Now I'm the viewers champion. I had like a belt made for it. I was now I'm the Twitch chief, and like even the OTC original Twitch chief, I went all out with that.
Yeah. Okay.
Damn, dope.
Quick question though. Did you see Night of Champions?
Me? Yes. I saw it yesterday.
Okay. I have a few questions actually. How do you feel about I actually seen this in the IWC. How do you feel about the turn on Jade Cargill? I feel like everybody's saying, like I seen like more than a few videos saying that Jade Cargill didn't deserve to win Queen of the Ring, which I think is a little bit unorthodox, but also, and how do you feel about Sami Zayn winning against Karrion Kross? Because in a way, I felt like Sami does so well that he really didn't need this win. Like, to be honest, like I feel like Karrion Kross deserves so much more.
So with Jade Cargill and Asuka, Jade Cargill makes much more sense because of the storylines being involved right now, whether it be with Naomi trying to cash in on Tiffany Stratton, Jade Cargill going for Tiffany at SummerSlam. Asuka just came back. Like she needs to get to the back of the, not really back of the line, but like, you know, be appearing on SmackDown a few more weeks or even a few months before she's in that title picture once again. Jade Cargill's been there week in and week out. I think she deserves it, and it's going to be interesting to see how that match goes with Tiffany Stratton. I'm sure Naomi's going to try to cash in at SummerSlam, maybe successfully, maybe not. But
Oh man, that would be cruel.
it'll be wild. But I'm looking forward to it regardless. And I'm still debating if I want to go to SummerSlam anyway, because just money's just wild for these tickets nowadays. But
Yeah, I saw you do WrestleMania. I was like, salute to you, sir.
Yeah.
it was a fun time. It was definitely a
Salute
fun
to
time.
you.
And when it comes to Sami Zayn and Karrion Kross, WWE needs to get rid of the whole kind of cryptic messaging kind of thing that Karrion Kross is doing right now. Because it's cool to see like that he's trying to flip Sammy into a heel, I guess is what's going on. But if y'all heard the promo he did that was unfiltered, like right after WrestleMania, we need more of that.
Yeah.
This whole cryptic, mysterious stuff that he's doing backstage with Scarlett. Bring more of that, and the crowd is going to go even crazier than they already are. I believe there were like a few weeks where his merch was actually like skyrocketing after that. I feel like that can continue if they just let him off the leash. Similar to what I was saying earlier with Jey Uso, with like stop kind of keeping him in the corner with the heat, let him do his thing.
Yeah, I definitely agree with him on that though. With the Karrion Kross thing, but also I feel like if they could have had more story to tell if Sammy lost.
That too.
Yeah.
In regards to the results, like, yeah, I do agree with you. Sami Zayn has won a few times, and in my predictions, I was hoping Karrion Kross won because like he deserves not really that he deserves, he needs to prove himself, but like I feel like he just should get the win just for the storyline purposes. Sami Zayn, I feel like, did they let him win because of the Saudi Arabian crowd? Did they let him win because he's the fan favorite? He's one of those like, you know, the feel good stories of, oh, I overcame all of the obstacles. It seems like that's what Sami Zayn is in terms of his persona.
Right.
You need to let it go a little bit. Like you can't.
I feel like that a lot about Rhea Ripley sometimes. I feel like they just give the moment to the people because I feel like she just wins even when she shouldn't win.
She's listening right now.
Like she said,
I wanted her to
Right.
listen.
He's rocking the shirt and you're just hating on it.
I want her to listen.
because Raquel should have won that match.
Like, how do you like? I get the merch. How do you cheat and still lose?
Yeah, like I called Roxanne interfering in the match, and somehow still Raquel gets freaking riptide from the top rope, like from a table.
That was dangerous. That was a
Yeah.
dangerous spot.
Rhea looked like she was like happy that it went through. Like she had a little bit of doubt. Like, is this really gonna go through?
Like, you see Raquel like put her arm up already. Like she's like, go ahead, let's go. Come on, this is the spot.
Yeah.
And she's like, F it.
Yeah,
With
that
your-
was a
was
one
scary.
slip away from a major botch right there, but the ladies got it done.
Or if the table would have broke.
Yeah, right. That's what I was
Right.
thinking. I was like, all
All
that
right.
weight. I'm like,
right.
it's going
All right, another question I got for you. Between Cody and Jay, and Cody and King Cody, sorry.
Thank you. Some respect
And-
on his name.
Wait, let me finish. And Randy's match, like showing like this, I want to say these are probably the two matches of the year. Like, what was your thoughts on both of them?
Cody and Jay stole the show in terms of Monday Night Raw. I absolutely loved it. I wanted Jay to win the whole thing. Now I get it. Cody Rhodes has to like finish his story again with Cena at SummerSlam. But I think Jay having that King of the Ring like crown would have given him some sort of redemption to try and face whether it be Gunther or Goldberg, whatever, whoever's winning that freaking match, or even John Cena, whatever. In terms of the Cody Randy match, I think the Jay one was a little better. Randy Orton with his whole like doubting himself with the punt kick, it just made it just kind of ruined the moment for me a little
Yeah,
bit.
it did.
And I was just like, oh, at that point, once that happened, I was like, this is it. Cody's winning. Because like, bro, you're supposed to be the legend killer, and you out here just like, I can't do this. I can't do this. I'm hearing the voice in my head. I can't kick him no more. But
No, I think for me it was I hated that due to the fact that the story was I will do anything to win this, and I hesitated because you're my friend. I hate when they do that.
You know
Like,
what?
even
Exactly.
even when Cody did it at WrestleMania when he I was like, why did you play it when he was like, this man is low hit you, knocked you down, and then when he tells you no, you're like, okay, I won't. Like what? Like no, f that. I'm going straight to your head.
They gotta stop being pushovers.
I kind of felt like
when it comes to matches,
one at a time.
Like, when it comes to matches, I feel like F the friendship. F the friendship. Like, don't even be nice. Just go get it. F the friendship. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I kind of felt like these were little hints and nods that Cody is so focused on getting that title back that he's breaking friendships. And he was being real, like, heelish type of, zeroing in on Randy's back and all that type of stuff. And Randy didn't even congratulate him, so he probably lost him as a friend. So I feel like some people are going to start turning on Cody, and then this is going to get the ball rolling to that heel Cody.
They hate you and they ain't you. I'm just saying.
There's no. Why y'all keep wanting this heel Cody? There's no heel Cody.
Because it's happening.
Kids,
they've been showing
the kid as long as the kids go fucking crazy and they love this man, and he's doing everything in number wise he's doing all the stuff that Cena used to do for these kids, as far as the meet and greets and all these other. They're not going to turn him. He's making them way too much money as a babyface.
Well, his friends.
He is the number one babyface.
Yeah,
that's fine. That's fine. Hey, what Abe said it once before. They hate you when you at the top. Fine, cool. Hate me. I want to be the greatest. Yep, and right now, he is the greatest babyface we have of our generation. He's bigger than Cena right now. Since this Cena heel turn.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Why the hell would you turn him heel when you're making so much money from him being a babyface?
Either way, you make money with him. He's a great wrestler. But we've been heavy on WWE. What are your thoughts on AEW?
I don't watch it that much, unfortunately. I only keep up really with like the main stuff, like the some of the PLEs, All In, and Mercedes 25 belts.
25 belts.
The Thanos reign.
Yeah, pretty much. But I don't really keep up with the storylines, unfortunately. Like I know stuff like the Hurts and the Kid is with MJF. I know Mercedes is facing Tony Storm at All In, but that's kind of like most of it. I've been very heavy on WWE when it comes to my content. Plus,
when it comes to WWE, how are you feeling about the ring, the logos, the sponsors, the change, the TKO vibe?
Snap into a Slim Jim.
Are you a fan of it?
Hell no. What are we gonna do? TKO's in debt, and they're gonna put it regardless. Even if we complained, they're still gonna put it on there. Whether it's Real American Beer, whether it's Riyadh Season, whether it's Slim Jim, Fortnite, freaking World of Warcraft, whatever they decide.
Snickers
to be there. Yes, exactly. They're always gonna put it.
It's gonna start looking like boxing. With everything everywhere.
Watch them put a fourth rope just to put like a logo on each of the ropes. And all that.
All right, check it out. I always ask this question to everybody that comes to the interviews. When was that time in wrestling that made you cry? Like that storyline or that moment that just hit you in the feels, man.
Good one.
It's just got you caught up.
All right, there's a funny one and then there's a legit one.
I want to hear them both.
The funny one is the Great Khali squashing Rey Mysterio's head.
Oh my god!
Was he really like being squashed to death for his freaking head?
And I think he has an elephant foot. Like really just did.
Like God. And then like legit was. Remember when I first started like watching wrestling heavy, I was a big John Cena fan. So seeing him lose the title at Money in the Bank, I mean not Money in the Bank, Edge cashing in his Money in the Bank after Elimination Chamber. It was one of those where I was like, that's probably the first time I was ever pissed off at a storyline. I think part of it though had to do with I didn't really understand Money in the Bank at the time. I kind of just assumed that Edge was being given a shot, like a title shot or something after the match, just because. But as I guess I got watched him more, I realized, oh, okay, that's why he had the briefcase.
Right.
So between Cena and Roman, which one would you say you're more of a fan of?
I always say Cena's my favorite of all time, and I would then say Roman is my favorite from the current roster. Now,
all right,
you can't really say that now because he's not really actively in the roster anymore. But like That's
All
usually
right,
my
so
answer when people ask.
he stole my question earlier, but I'm going to ask you a different type of Mount Rushmore. Your Mount Rushmore seen as greatest rivalries.
Ooh, Shawn Michaels, Randy Orton, not Cody. I'm sorry, Abe. CM Punk and probably Triple H.
All right.
I thought you would have put JBL in there because they had that.
That's a good one too.
Crazy.
You're right. That I Quit match was
Terrible.
out of control.
Yeah,
After Mania, that Judgment Day PLE was wild.
it definitely was. They say it's an old phrase. They say men lie, women lie, numbers
don't.
If numbers don't lie, is Charlotte Flair the greatest women's wrestler of all time?
I mean, she's talented. Don't get me wrong. She's very talented at what she does. There's a reason she's Ric Flair's daughter. I'm sure he taught her the ropes with everything he knows. But I never really thought about that question of who's the greatest of all time from the women's division. Like I've always, there's so many. Like you can't pick one. And like even like in today's age, like it's just so hard. Like I could pick Trish Stratus, who was like probably the top one in Ruthless Aggression going into now, or Lita, but
mine's always AJ Lee.
AJ Lee's a good one, but like there's so many pros and cons of all. It's impossible.
You just had a great moment in life, and it kind of brings up something we like to touch on, some mental health stuff. And I'm just curious to ask you, because I like asking all dudes to go through this. You're a new dad.
Right.
What has changed about you since you first seen this baby? What is different about you?
It's a wild feeling knowing that like this little human like trusts you, relies on you for feeding, and like I noticed now that he's like going into the 4 or 5 month range that every time he sees me in the morning, he just gets super excited. And that might seem simple to like some like other people, but like when your son or daughter is looking at you with excitement, that brings out a feeling in you that you probably never felt before. You just feel like you have so much purpose in life that you may not have had before the baby was born. So it's a very happy feeling to like able to it makes you believe in yourself more because you feel like you're doing right with whatever needs to be done with your kid, and it just makes you want to be a better person at the end of the day.
I'm gonna be honest with you. As a father of kids that's almost adults, that 5 to 10 age, when they're like annoyingly asking you or just really barely listening, that is when they're your best friends, though. Because once they hit teenagers, they kind of start
trying
to find their independence and try to find themselves. And of course, then they go off to college and you're still somehow paying for stuff, but it's like, you don't mind it. But it's like but I always tell people, I was like, that toddler to pre-teenage, they're like your closest best friends, even though that's when they're the most annoying and they're your broke best friends.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Miinx
broke little best friends.
Miinx around, you got anything else over there?
Yeah, so I had a question about like I know a lot of times wrestling fans have I say wrestling fans are necessarily nerds, but we are. We are. We really are. Yeah, so
speak for yourself. I was a ladies man.
So if you weren't doing content creation for WWE or anything or wrestling, what would be something else that you're interested in that would fit in the nerd range that you would do content creation on?
Fortnite for sure, because that's the #1 game I play right now. And then other thing I wouldn't say, like, I don't know if this would be considered nerdy, but I'm a big person that like enjoys traveling. So I would do something related to that. With my job, thankfully, I'm able to like travel to different places across the country and like work AV events for them. So it allows me to go to the West Coast several times, down south, like even travel locally and stuff. So it's allowed me to like be able to travel more, see different places. And I like that kind of stuff. Like I want to be able to travel more, even out of the country, just to experience different places and like places like Europe and Asia and stuff, and be able to document that kind of stuff. So if I wasn't doing wrestling, I feel like that would be my backup. That'd be something I'd want to do.
JLD travel. Sign me up
right now. Any more questions?
Uh,
Because I would
actually,
like to introduce him to our friend. I just want to know when we're done questions.
No,
I
I know what it is.
I just have one question.
Go ahead.
Because
Yeah.
I recently decided I was gonna buy a gaming computer and start doing Twitch. For me, what would you suggest? Any tips and so on and so forth?
For Twitch, be yourself. Technology that you have, like whether like what kind of PC you have, what kind of equipment you got, don't mean nothing. If they see you for you, that's all that matters. Followers don't mean anything. I have 3,000 followers on Twitch and I average about 12 viewers every stream. But those 12 viewers are people that I've gotten to know, and I always have one hell of a time whenever they're in my chat. Whether they're
Loyal.
messing with me, like just playing overlay silly stuff, like it's always a fun time. If you're having a fun time, you're going to enjoy streaming. If you see it as a job, it's going to eventually get draining. So make sure you're taking full advantage of your time while streaming, whether you're playing a game or doing just chatting, whatever. Just enjoy yourself, be yourself, and it's a little bit of a learning curve. I was somebody that when I started on Twitch, I was scared of public speaking. And streaming on Twitch every week actually kind of helped me feel better about that. And it actually is the reason I can do things like join interviews like these and be so confident and talk to you guys like nothing. So like if you would have got me on this like 4 years ago, I would have been like, I'm JLD and so, like but yeah, being yourself, being your authentic self is what helps. And play games that you like. Don't try to fit in with what's trending. Just whatever you like, you'll find a community that likes what you like, and that's how you grow.
And
Speaking of games,
wait, one second.
No.
One second, Chuck. He just brought up a good point that touched something home. You just said community. And we only been in this for like a year and some change, a year, 3 months, maybe.
Year and a half.
Like that. Year and a half, so not that far. I think year and 3 months. Anyway, we've been doing this for not nearly as long as you, but we never acknowledge negativity. It comes into the chat always. You always see a comment from time to time, but we just ignore it all. And one thing people talk negative about a lot is the IWC. But man, I'm telling you, man, when it comes to us, our show, we met some of the coolest people in the internet wrestling space. Can you talk some positive stories about how your experience has been with just the wrestling community, whether it be fans becoming friends and then friends even becoming like family,
The amount of people that I've met in this space is absolutely insane. Yes, there's drama. Yes, there's people who are weirdos and talk shit and act stupid all the time.
that's because they're passionate.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, when you meet people like you guys and the many other friends I've gotten to meet in person, the people that I've gotten to interview on the Laying It Down podcast, the people I've met in person, whether it be at WrestleMania, at a New York show, which has been many people, it's almost worth it. I've had a few times where Mrs. JLD joined me for a show and somebody came up to me and was like, "Oh, it's JLD, oh my God." And like, it makes it worth it because, you know that you're growing, but like, it's just awesome to meet you guys. That's what it comes down to. Like meeting like-minded individuals in a niche that already has a negative stigma because first of all, people want to say it's fake. And second of all, like, it's why people watch wrestling. It's for nerds and stuff. Like, I don't care. I'm a nerd.
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna watch it to the day I die.
People that like enjoy the passion that you do just means the world. And to be able to network with those people online, it gives you again a sense of purpose. And that's what eventually fuels like people like us that want to continue making content. At Fanatics Fest, I met a bunch of people that I've seen online, and I even got to interview a few of them asking about Night of Champions, like who they thought was winning King of the Ring. It was nice to meet them for the first time and even just get them in for some content, tag them and make something out of it. I would have never thought I'd be doing any of this with like content creation. This just started off as just let's stream on Twitch and see what happens. And it's blown up into this.
I'm telling you, it's our whole purpose as a show. A lot of shows, they chase wrestlers. We just want to interview us, our people, fans, you, other folks. You know what I mean? That's our whole purpose here.
And you mean you don't want to pay $500 to talk to Cody?
I ain't paying $500 to talk to Cody Rhodes himself. I'm gonna tell you right now. $350 though. I pay $350 for Cody.
Like,
not
$5. The goal for people though is to like be able to interview people in the WWE. We see a few content creators we all follow that do so already.
Yeah, they're great.
Like,
they're
at
great.
the same time, like it's it's just fun to be able to network with others and talk about this stuff. Because for a lot of people, like us as friends are the only people we can talk wrestling with. Like I can't talk wrestling with like certain family members and stuff. They don't know what it is, or they know maybe the John Cena's and that's it. Like at least I can have people like that, like here that I can chat about and just talk hours and hours about wrestling if I want to.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yes.
I do work with the Detroit Lions and Pistons, and it's like forbidden for me to bring up wrestling when we're talking about other sports.
Yeah.
Like, okay, let me shut the fuck up. I can only talk about the Pistons right now. But yeah, you're right, man. It's great to have a comfortable space. Chuck, you were saying, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I thought Chuck was going to ask him for his Waffle House order. I didn't know.
No. My favorite thing, and the reason I'm here for every interview, I think I might have missed one, is because we have a little friend, and the friend spins around and around and around and around, and it helps you create the perfect wrestler. But you get to decide the the moveset,
The appearance,
the mic skills, and the appearance. Hey, bring up the Wheel of Death.
You get 5 spins, get 2 skips to pick or name the wrestler, I should say. Here we go. Let's bring up the Wheel of Death. If I can get it. Here we go. Boom. Wheel of Death brought up.
Woohoo!
There we go. The Wheel of Death. Like I said, you get 5 spins, 2 skips to get a person's appearance, moveset, and mic skills. And we're going to go ahead and give it the first spin to see
Round and around and around
who
we
your
go.
created wrestler, what he looks like, everything. First pick, if you'd like it, is Uncle Howdy. Moveset, mic skill, or appearance, or you can skip.
What was the first one? I know mic skills.
Moveset, mic skill, appearance.
Let's do mic skills.
We're gonna take Uncle Howdy's mic skills. That's not bad at all. That's not bad at all. I'll take that.
Round and round and round we go.
Uncle Howdy mic skills are off the board. Second spin, we got Solo Sikoa. Would you like his moveset or his appearance? Or you can skip.
Let's do the moveset.
We're gonna do the moveset of Solo Sikoa. We have the mic skills
Round and around and
of
around
Uncle
we go.
Howdy. Still 2 skips
Solo
left in the
has
chamber.
been growing on me a little bit, so
Yeah, yes.
Andrade, would you like Andrade's moveset?
He
Or
said,
appearance.
let's skip. Let's make
We're
it.
gonna
Skip.
skip. We got one more
Let's see
skip,
what we
2
get.
spins left if
Round we
necessary
go.
to get his appearance. Omos, would you like Omos's appearance or would you like to use your final skip?
Mock appearance. Let's go.
You gonna keep Omos, you said?
Yes.
There we go. That is his wrestler.
almost with moving like Solo Sikoa is wild.
Exactly. Solo
Talking
Sikoa
like-
moveset, looking like Omos.
and speaking like Uncle Howdy. Yeah,
Speaking like Uncle Howdy. That's not bad, man. That's a terrifying big man if you really think about it.
Yeah.
If you really think about it.
All right, Will of Death, you can go away now.
All right, there's the wheel. The wheel's out of here. But we got one more game if you got time. One more game, JLD. All right, this game is Name That Wrestler. You're going to get 60 seconds to ask us as many questions as you want about the wrestler. Male, female, SmackDown, Raw. Is it a champion, white or black? Whatever you need in 60 seconds to name that wrestler. You get it?
And I'm going to help you cheat.
Yeah, he's
Is that-
going to telepathically.
I'm going to telepathically send you the answer.
It's coming to you. Make sure your Wi-Fi is clear.
Wait, you gotta text us what the wrestler is. Let me see.
He knows it. We good.
Yeah, I know it. I'll answer all the questions. You're
I'll
right,
get
I
to be
didn't tell you.
surprised right along with him.
Right, here we go. 60 seconds on the clock starting now.
Current champion
He is not a current champion.
in the Raw SmackDown.
SmackDown.
Andrade.
No, not Andrade.
Ugh. African American.
No, he is not African American.
He's Samoan.
No, he is not Samoan.
He's white.
Yes, he is white.
Ugh, fuck. Not Cody Rhodes.
It is 1000% Cody Rhodes, and for that, you know I gotta play it.
Hands up.
There we go.
But I thought he was
There we
Cuban though.
I had to make it easy.
He is part Cuban, yes.
Thought he was
He's white and Cuban.
Ah.
He's mixed.
Oh man, JLD. Before we get out of here, though, man, we talked about it a little bit. We get asked about it a lot, but I like your take. For somebody getting started out there who is fucking terrified, like, yo, I can't speak. I don't got the equipment. I don't got time. People may not like me, but they really want to get into this content creation. Man, what do you tell them, man?
Just post. It don't matter. Just keep posting. You know, you watched SmackDown yesterday and you liked something that happened with Jacob Fatu, post about it. You watch Money in the Bank and you have a prediction of who's winning, post about it. It's all about posting. Be consistent. Don't be afraid. You're gonna gain your confidence as you grow your following in your community. And like, F the haters, honestly. Like, there's gonna be haters. You're gonna expect them. So don't be afraid of that. Don't be afraid of people criticizing you, because for every one person that hates you, there's 5 people that want to get to know you. So
Amen.
Once you understand that, you're gonna go to the freaking moon. Be confident in your speech, and editing's there for a reason. So like, when you're recording, I stutter all the time in my videos, and it takes a while for me to like chop it up a little bit and all that. But when it comes together, it looks like a really good video. So understand there's technology, there's apps for your disposal to give yourself like the greatest persona you can give of yourself. And just like the Twitch question, be authentic, be yourself. Don't fake it. Because
you know he sounds like? You know what he sounds like? You're sitting in your living room, you ain't doing nothing. Just get up and do it.
Yeah. Get up and do it.
What it is. Just
for real.
You know, there's nothing stopping it. Like, don't look at other people that have like hundreds of thousands of followers and think, oh, I can't get to that tomorrow. Like, they took years to get to where they are. They didn't get it off of one viral video. Like, I've had several viral videos, and that doesn't get you to the top immediately. That just gets you one famous video and probably a ton of follows. But if you don't continue that consistency, those followers don't mean anything, because they're just there for that one video. So just be yourself, be authentic. Don't worry about follow numbers, and just post. Get up off the couch and just do it.
Just do it. Just do it. Like
we all started from our phones, so
exactly
right. We all started from our phones.
Definitely, man. This has been a hell of an interview, bro. I liked you before. I love you now, brother, man. Our door is always open whenever you want to come join, man. But how can they consume you just laying down?
So I'm mostly active on TikTok and Instagram at Just Laying Down. Instagram has an underscore because apparently there's another Just Laying Down from like many years ago. Somebody had the idea, I guess, whatever. But just search Just Laying Down. You'll find me on all platforms, TikTok, Instagram, X. I'm live on Twitch every Wednesday at 7:00 Eastern, and YouTube I'm like sporadic, but I post reels every day or every other day if I can. So Just Laying Down everywhere.
And I was not joking about that intro, bro. I got a list of 5 content creators when we started this a year ago. You were the first one down off the list, man. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. We watch you, we study you, we appreciate your craft. A lot of times people think of this as competition, but today, hopefully, you feel these roses, man. And you know, man, we appreciate you laying a blueprint for us, man. We watch what you do, and we may not click like all the time, share everything. You know, shit busy. We just looking at it and keep scrolling, but we watch it, we see it, and keep up the damn good work, brother. For real.
Likewise to all of you.
Thank you.
I watch y'all too, so keep it going.
Appreciate it. Until next time, y'all. Appreciate y'all tuning in. A special guest edition of the Holy Shhh Podcast. It's been your boy ABE from DET.
My name is Chuck. Ron, follow the boxes.
Follow the boxes.
Okay.
My name is Chuck Jordan.
Oh, now it's my turn.
He said follow the boxes. I thought I was next. I'm so confused.
Oh, God.
It's your
Start
boy
over,
Ryan
start-
T-Dye. All right, here we go. Start over.
All right. It's your boy ABE from DET.
My name is Chuck Jordan.
It's your boy Ryan T-Dye.
Miinx Mayhem, Miinx of the Mayhem.
And JLD.
He got it. Yes. There we go. And you guys been tuning in to a special guest edition of the Holy Shhh Podcast. Peace.
Media.